Hey, good evening. We are playing another game of White Box this evening. The title of this adventure is The Snow Daughter. Baron Aylard Snow has formed an alliance with Baron Bartram Froupe, and part of the agreement of this alliance between the two baronies is that Baron Snow's daughter has a prearranged marriage with Baron Froupe's son. You've been hired to escort the Snow Daughter safely to the castle of Baron Froupe. Easy pay for an easy job. There's only one possible problem that may come up. You have to travel through the Darkfyre Woods. You've heard stories that it's haunted by spirits and fae and even undead. But you're a veteran. What's a few malevolent spirits to you? Crystal, who are you going to be playing, and what's your relationship to either Baron Snow or Baron Froupe?
Riding along on this day. What's the weather like, Tony?
It is a beautiful day. One of the most beautiful days. I mean, it's perfect for escorting a beautiful princess.
Like a summer day?
Yep,
Yeah.
midsummer day.
So riding along on the trail is this woman who's obviously quite well along in her pregnancy, and she looks quite annoyed as she has a fan and fans herself with all this heat bearing down on her. And she's just sort of complaining, like, "Ugh, had to be a summer wedding. Then I couldn't wait until the fall when I would have had my child. Like, no, like had to be a summer wedding. Already hot enough as it is." And yeah, she's probably not really even paying attention to the road around her or anything. She's just lamenting the fact that she has to travel in this condition. And that is Desiree Alguacil, the magic user.
All right, perfect. And as you noticed, Baron Snow there and his daughter Francine, the beautiful princess that you're escorting to Baron Froupe's castle, as you begin the journey and head out. We've heard about Desiree. Chris, if you'll tell me about your character and maybe their relationship to the Snow or Froupe family.
Yes. So walking down the trail, as a very old gentleman with a long white beard poking out from under his cowl. He's got a sturdy wool cloak on, despite the summer heat, and he seems to be looking about him and taking in the trees and listening to the birds, and every once in a while he'll stop and kind of examine a mushroom on the edge of a down log. And he has a walking staff that he leans upon as he travels, and at his belt is an extremely sharp-looking hatchet. And he just, every once in a while, he'll stop, turn to the princess, and just, whisper a word or two to her of reassurance, or comment to her upon the weather or some such.
All right, sounds good.
And that's Guelph.
And he is a druid, correct?
That's correct.
All right.
He is a high priest back in the village, or in the barony, and well respected and well known, and a close associate and family friend of the princess.
All right, sounds great. David, if you can tell me about who you're playing and maybe your relationship to one of the families.
Absolutely. I'm playing Kosar Frostmantle, a dwarf from a frozen island in the north. It's known that the people of his island will send off young dwarfs to the mainland via an iceberg. And the Snow family has always been one to offer work. And so I've been invited to escort the young daughter. And he's a little superstitious, and he's remembers everybody back in town talking about this forest we're heading through, and he's a little bit nervous, probably fiddling with like the little sapphire that he has, and just kind of mouthing the words of an old mining song.
All right, sounds great. And Daniel, if you can tell me about who you're playing, your relationship to one of the families.
So I am playing the halfling, Emmett Otter. He is he's from the Baron Froupe's land, and was actually traveling over one of the messengers that brought, the final treaties that were being signed over, and he waited around until the princess was ready to come back so that he could help as part of the escort. So he's not familiar with the area that much, except for what he's heard in stories. But being a good halfling, he does his duty and make sure that he's always got a smile on his face.
All right. And we'll start out the journey as the Baron Snow, of course, has provided the wagon and a coachman to drive the wagon and horses for all of you if you wanted individual horses. Of course, he has provided those for each of you as you'll head out. And it's about a 4-day journey, depending on time and if you're running into anything that would slow you down or speed you up. If anybody want to have any conversation with the Baron before you start, and if not, we'll just start out as y'all begin your journey. Then you would know the Darkfyre Woods are actually going to be the majority of the travel before you. Probably the last day before you get out of the woods.
What do we know about the woods? Kind of, we've lived in this area for a long time. Some of us.
You would definitely know that the woods are full of Fey type creatures. You would know, you've heard of various type of malevolent spirits there. Being a druid, you would know probably some of the fellow druids there, help try to battle and keep these spirits down. But you would know there's a malevolent spirits. You would know there's a Fae that likes to pull pranks, and some of them are good Fae. You would also know that there's rumor lately of various type of undead that have been roaming through the woods and coming out onto the main road there and attacking caravans and stuff.
All right. Could I request some additional armed support from the Baron at all, or?
You would, but he doesn't seem too concerned. He knows that he's hired the 4 best people to do this journey, and the coachman is a very long. You would probably know the coachman too, or maybe spoke to him before. You would know he's a very long family friend. Also, his name is Evan Lena. But the Baron feels pretty confident that you 4 and 5 can get his daughter there without any issue, as you're not traveling in any type of superior way. I mean, you're just traveling normal, like any normal person would. Y'all don't really stand out to anybody.
I guess maybe I'll just offer to bless people blessed water just to throw upon undead or fey creatures.
All right. But you make your preparations, everybody can. Like I say, the Baron is providing the horses and the wagon and stuff, of course, if anybody wanted special equipment to get them.
With my condition and everything, and since I'm going to be a maid of honor, I assume I'm probably at least, on some kind of good terms with the princess. So I would actually like to ride in the coach with her. So I don't have to actually ride on horseback,
Yeah, that would be fine.
Might be a little difficult.
Yep, that would be fine. You can do that, Desiree. Any other preparations anybody would want to make, or?
Can we hire a couple of foot soldiers at all, or?
No, not really. I mean, there's just nobody that, to the Baron, he's trying to keep this pretty quiet. As far as.
We are the hirelings.
You are, everybody.
Okay, well then I guess I just, and I say, The princess has many years to enjoy her matrimony, but I have not found princes who will wait many years to start their matrimony. We should get these ceremonies officiated. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Kosar, I guess, like, hitches up all the rest of the stuff, make sure the entire, everything's in order, and just kind of starts moving everything forward.
Yep, sounds perfect. Y'all head out on this beautiful day. Not too far outside of the Baron's castle, you start entering the Darkfyre Woods. You meet a few, farmer carts and stuff that are coming in towards more of the castle area and the Baron's main village area, populated area. You travel to probably late that afternoon, and traffic has let up quite a bit. You haven't met anybody in some time, but as you're traveling down the road, all of a sudden you see this gentleman coming towards you in a wagon, and you can definitely tell he's some type of merchant too. He's traveling along with this large, what appears to be an elk, that is pulling his wagon, and he's an older gentleman sitting there. And hello, travelers. Where are you all headed?
Just traveling. I love springtime in the forest. Or, sorry, summertime in the forest, when the leaves have fully unfurled. How is travel on the path, my good friend? And I'll go to give his elk some oats.
As you do that, Guelph, he reaches in his robe and he pulls out like this small pouch and he opens it up. And as he opens it up, you see the sand thrown up in the air and it starts sparkling in these different colors. And then all of a sudden, all the sand all turns black and you hear him gasp out and go, danger. There will be danger on your travels. You must use utmost caution.
Is there a sign as to the nature of the danger? For I find every day at my age, life is filled with danger.
Travel these woods, and danger comes in many, many forms and shapes.
Yes. Did you encounter anything when you came this way, or was there anything out of sorts with the woods?
Not until now, until I've met you and I've seen the colors of the sands. They indicate danger ahead for your group, but nothing has provided me any type of danger. But there is something I can give you, something that may help you along the travels.
Oh, please. What is it? Another portent from the gods?
You see him reaching back behind him in his wagon through some drawn curtains, and he pulls out a bag. And Guelph, if you have a D30, roll me a D30.
Okay.
Nice.
I think I can do that. 1D. No, one. Let me try that again. 25.
25, okay. He gives you a jade ring that has a raven on the ring, but the raven has an arrow depicted that's going through its neck, as its neck's lying lopsided. And he tells you, take this ring. If you come across any of the undead, wear this ring. It will help you.
Oh, my friend, you are most kind to a man like me, and I will take out like a satchel of gold and a bag of oats and maybe a few different things that I have, some that just from my work and everything, and I'll give him a number of different items in return for this.
When you offer him any items, he refuses, but he'll take the oats, of course, for his large elk, but he declines taking any type of trade for what he's given you, but he thanks you for it.
Okay, well, I'll say many blessings upon your journey, and bow deeply to him and bless him and his animal.
He looks and he goes, I sense in the wagon you have one amongst you who is with child. I need to see her. You hear the man call this out, Desiree.
Yeah, about that time, Desiree is actually poking her head out the window and going, "Hey, is there a reason we stopped? I'd like to get to town before I have my child, please."
Oh, there
Wolf just bows out of the way.
There is, lady. You need protection on these travels. Roll me a d30, Crystal.
5.
A5.
The cloak of protection plus 50.
Yeah. You see him reach in his bag and he pulls out this very large hat that has a very floppy brim. You can tell it's well made though with silk. It has all these tiny, what appears to be semi-precious stones that's sewn around the brim. He hands you this hat and he says, wear this hat. If you encounter any of those tiny creatures, such as sprites and fairies and things, it will give you favor with them.
Okay. Thank you. Who is this guy? Yeah, like she reaches out and takes it, but she's kind of like looking at him like, do I know you? Or
Yeah, you've never seen this guy before. He's just some traveling merchant on the road that you met.
like, so what, a silk hat of favor with Faye?
Yep. If you run into any and wear it, we'll adjudicate it.
Okay.
He looks towards the small halfling and he goes, little one, you seem to have strength coming from inside as you carry the wonderful sword you have, but maybe I can offer something else to help you. And Daniel, if you roll me a d30. Did the halfling run off and hide?
Oh, I've been muted. Sorry. One was responded to me.
What else are they good for?
18.
18.
I thought it was weird nobody was responding to me, but then I was like, well, maybe they're just in the moment.
He reaches and pulls out this very pale, almost faded looking, but you can tell it's nice made satin pale yellow cape. And it's attuned and looks just like built for a halfling to wear. And he says, take this cape. It came from the dwarves of Canome Mountain. It was used in religious ceremonies, but it will help protect you against any of those foul orcs.
Oh, yes, orcs are quite foul. Thank you, old timer.
And David, he looks towards you and he goes, speaking, the dwarves have always been wonderful, wonderful friends to me and my family. So I have something for you, dwarf. David, if you can roll me a d30.
15.
15. He pulls out a lantern, and it appears like part of the cover or whatever is broken, or the panes are cracked on it. He says, "This lantern, it will help protect you at night. It will light around your camp, and it will help protect you against creatures of the night. It will hinder their visibility some."
He graciously accepts it and is again just being a very superstitious person. The behavior of this person is very weird to him. Nobody ever just gives stuff away, but he accepts it because he likes to sleep at night and know that his companions are safe.
All right, perfect. He makes any other small talk with you, and he wishes you well as he continues on the road, the direction that y'all came from, and you head the direction he came from. And the one last warning is he tells you, "Be careful, danger is ahead."
Desiree gets back in the, pulls herself back in the cart as they're finally driving off. Like, finally, gosh, and she's kind of tosses the hat to the side, and then she takes her dagger and cuts herself a piece of onion and some cheese off of this cheese wheel she has, and begins to munch on it before picking up this. She's like a ball of like string, like brown string, and she takes it and begins to knit on it as she's like making little socks. And she's like, Snow Princess, Snow. These you'll understand soon enough just how difficult it is to travel in this condition.
She makes small talk with you, of course, knowing you and all that as you continue traveling. The rest of the afternoon goes by pretty well. The coachman, Evan Lena, tells you that it's probably about time to stop and set up some type of a camp, and get the horses fed and watered and set up your camp off the roadway there. And you're able to do that.
Easily, yeah. Dutifully, Kosar just gets out and starts working as hard as he can to make sure that everything's set up and make sure the fire's set and make sure that the food's on and getting everything ready for the night. I also have my special lantern.
Yeah, and once you like when night falls, once you start playing around with that lantern and get it lit, you see it just makes this circle of light, like a 20-foot radius around wherever you set it, and you just see this light. It's real bright. It really doesn't, if you look in it or any of y'all look in it, it doesn't bother you, but you can tell it's a very bright illumination of that area.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So it's not like an ambient thing that I should just leave out.
But you can tell, like I say, it definitely, that 20-foot radius, that, it's he told you it would help protect and hinder anybody that come into your camp.
So it is more. It is more like surrounding the camp. It's not like just in a straight line. Oh, okay,
nope.
Cool.
It actually makes like a 20-foot radius around the center of where you set it down at.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
Sure does.
Whoever is making dinner, Desiree will give them the rest of her onion and be like, "Make sure you add this to my food."
Yeah. I will. He's kind of confused because he doesn't really use onion that often. It's more of like dill and fish and stuff like that. But he puts it in the pot, chops it up a little bit, and I'm sure it'll work its way through.
Yeah, just to let you know, like what I did was I had one of those Withdrawn packs, and it gave me like 4 onions. So I'm like, oh, that must be her pregnancy food.
Anything anybody else would want to do as preparations, or?
Well, perhaps maybe set up a watch, perhaps.
Yep. What kind of You know,
I could even-
the coachman said he will take one too, and of course, but at least for y'all also. Who would want to take?
Wonderful.
Desiree says she is not going to take a watch. There's no way.
All
No,
right,
I
that's fine.
understand. I'd rather take like first or last watch, if that's okay with everybody.
This is a strange land where the servants tell everyone else what to do. Says Emmett. He'll take first or second watch as well. He doesn't care. Halflings can't see in the dark, so probably the elves and dwarves should take the darkest of the watches. Actually, nobody has information on this, right?
I do.
Dwarf-
Yeah.
Dwarf
Kosar.
does.
Dwarves
Yeah.
do, not elves, or do elves have it? I don't think so.
I
I
have
think it's
to
only
look.
dwarves. I know it's different in this. I know halflings do not. So I will take them.
Don't.
It
I'll take
actually does not say any of them get them, but I've always house rooted that dwarves and
Oh.
elves get it. I mean,
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't. It actually doesn't say.
yeah, it actually, but I've always
Yeah.
just I've always house rooted where dwarves and elves do have it.
Okay. So maybe they should go during the darkest of the night. Being a halfling, I'll take the last watch so I can be up in the morning because I get up early.
All right, I'm gonna put Kozar first then, and we'll put Guelph second, and we'll put the coachman Evan Lena. He can go third, and fourth can be you, Emmett.
And Desiree, she has a tent for one. She's going to set up, and that's where she's going to sleep.
All right.
Oh, I think Guelph probably sleeps under the stars.
Yep. He most probably definitely does.
So he'll just like lean up against a tree, settle down in amongst the moss, drape his cloak over himself, and just you're not sure if he's sleeping, but you think he is.
Kozar, your watch. Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel. Go ahead.
No, I said at his age he might be dead. We're not sure.
You don't hear any breathing, so it's so shallow. You aren't sure, yeah.
Yeah, Kozar, you begin your watch, and it's very peaceful and very relaxing. The weather is still mild. It's not too cold that evening. It's not too hot, just right. It goes by pretty peaceful as you get Guelph up. Guelph, you go through your watch. Nothing happens as you wake up the coachman. And, of course, like I say, you know him of where he's from and all that. He takes his watch and goes by very peaceful. He wakes up the halfling and says, "Oh, such a beautiful night. Just peace and quiet. The sky is so beautiful and the moon is shining so bright. It will be probably full in a day or two, and such beauty comes from it, don't you think?"
Yes. There's nothing like a clear sky in the summer. And he'll put his armor on and everything.
Emmett, you're able to have a peaceful watch and get everybody up the next morning for breakfast as nothing occurs at all.
Yep. Right. Emmett will, prepare some local dishes, from where his land. So it probably like slightly different spices and stuff that everybody else is used to. Well, certainly the dwarf isn't used to any of it. So, but he makes some breakfast since he's on last watch.
All right.
So,
Y'all get the horses fed, hitched up, and head out. What kind of a traveling order? Would anybody want to be out in front, or y'all kind of sticking to a group, or how would y'all want to travel?
yeah, I would imagine if we're getting towards the dangerous area, like once we get into the forest, I'm not quite sure if we're there yet, then Emmett would be out front, as the fighter of the group. But if we're in the land, if we're still in like the safe lands, then I would imagine that somebody else that's local would be up front.
Now you would know that this is definitely day two is in getting into the deeper part of the forest for sure. So
Yeah, he'll go a little bit ahead because he's the warrior type. I mean, the dwarf is also a warrior type, I guess.
Yeah, Kosar has no problem taking up the front or rear, whichever way. But yeah, he's pretty chill about it.
all right.
Switch back and forth. We'll take turns.
Yeah, we're just kind of like Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Exactly. Yeah, circle back and forth.
How far you want to be ahead, Emmett?
Only about 20 feet or something.
About 20 feet, okay.
Not so far that we lose people, especially in the forest.
Roll me a d6, Emmett.
Okay. 6.
You the road kind of makes a bend as you come around, and you hear noise to your side of off the roadway and some of the bushes, and you look up and you see this giant white deer stag standing there. I mean, it's huge.
Oh.
And it's grunting, and you hear it snort and take off running back into the woods. And you hear a voice go, "Please, if anybody's there, help me."
Emmett will, signal to the carriage to stop, and for the dwarven fighter to move forward, and then he'll call down. Ooh, who's there? State your name.
You hear this coughing and gurgling and heavy labored breathing. That's all you can hear.
Moving forward, if I could maybe, I'll probably like dismount and like follow where he kind of pointed out the sounds if I can't hear them myself, just to kind of get on ground and to get as close as I can to whatever's going on.
Yeah, if you throw me your reins and jump down, I'll draw my bow just as a safety precaution. You can
Excellent.
step in it and see what's going on.
Perfect.
All right, Kozar, you want to move kind of off the roadway in these bushes to see what you can observe?
I do, yes.
You see a human laying there wearing like a leather armor and appears to be some kind of huntsman. There's a bow laying next to him. The bow is shattered and broken. His quiver arrows are strewn all out across there, and you see blood is just pouring out from his abdomen area. You can tell he's mortally wounded and on his last breath, and he looks towards you and he goes, "Water before I die. The stag, it attacked me."
Was it hunting you, or were you hunting it?
I was hunting it.
Well, I guess give him a little bit of water for sympathy, and why hunt the white stag?
Emmett, you can probably hear the conversation going on now, but Kozar, you can hear Kozar speaking to somebody.
Yeah, I'll just keep my bow ready.
All right.
Get it under control for now.
Desiree is
Go ahead, Desiree.
Desiree is rather annoyed. She looks at the cart again and goes, "Oh, we stopped again. What is wrong with you all? Why do you keep stopping the cart? We're supposed to be getting somewhere." And then she like opens up the door and steps out, rather annoyed by the stopping again.
Yeah, and you see the halfling standing, 30 foot up there in front of you with the bow it ready, and you don't see the dwarf. Guelph, where would you be?
I'm with the princess. I think I'm beside her, or maybe riding in the carriage. So I'll also look out, but I think I want to stay with her and make sure she's safe. And
All
I
right.
might just try to see what's going on.
All right, perfect. Kozar, the gentleman looks up at you and he goes, "It was such a beauty, a rare beauty. I had to hunt it."
Yeah.
Sometimes things shouldn't be hunted because they can bite back pretty easily. What can I do for you, friend?
He looks at you and sputters back that there's not much, and you can tell he's not got long left. He thanks you for the water, and he tells you, if any of those arrows can be salvaged to take them. You notice that he's got like a short sword on his side too, but He's
Okay.
definitely on his last breaths.
Do I see this from the carriage? Do I see this man lying hurt?
Nope, he's out in the woods now. You
Oh,
wouldn't
I
see
see.
it.
Okay.
You wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it from where you're in the carriage.
So Emmett will say, "Friend, would you like a quick death?"
No, let me enjoy the last moments of this beautiful forest.
As you wish.
Yeah, I popped a cork on the on the bottle of brandy that I have and offer him a nice little swig of that.
Yep, and he'll take it.
And I say, was it really worth it? Was the hunt really worth it? Like more out of curiosity than like out of like, scorning him.
When you say that to him, he doesn't reply, and as you look over at him, his eyes are glazed over. As you can tell, he has passed on at this point.
Okay. I'm going to gather up the bow and arrows that he was pointing out.
Yeah, the bow is actually shattered and broken. You wouldn't be able to use it. And
Okay.
roll me 2d6 and tell me what the total is.
All right. 6.
You can salvage, 6 arrows out of his quiver. 6 regular arrows for a short bow or long bow.
Okay. Well, I'll offer that up to my companions because I don't have any sort of ranged weapon.
All right.
Desiree says, well, hold on one second. Let's just see if he had anything useful on him. And she's going to cast Detect Magic to see if any of these items are magical.
You get a faint shimmer off the sword for just a moment. But you're roll me 4d6 on your intelligence.
Oh, really? Come on. Don't tell me. Don't make me do that. My intelligence is 12. I'm pregnant. Come on. I have mercy on my pregnancy. Wow, I actually made it with a 10.
Yeah, it's just very faint on the sword. Seems to be appearing as a sword maybe glows of fading off and on blue. And then it just disappears. Your detect magic does. Like maybe you're not sure.
She puts on some leather gloves that she has. And she'll say, let me see that sword for a second. And assuming that they let her have it, she would like to check it over, see if there's any kind of arcane writings on it or anything like that.
You put on gloves and touch it, you say?
Yes. I put on gloves and I'm handling it very carefully.
Yeah, you grab the sword, with your gloves and start looking at it. Make me a saving throw.
Oh, great. 2. No, not that.
You look down at the sword, and all of a sudden, it's gone. It disappears. You look over where the body of the hunter was. Poof, it's gone. The broken arrow. Poof, it's gone. The 6 arrows that Kozar got are still there. Everything else just disappears.
It's a trap, everyone. We got to get going now. And she's going to quickly start heading back to the carriage.
Yeah, the superstition that that Kozar has just tells him the same thing. Like, why would anything just disappear like nothing? And yeah, he's getting back on the road. Why did I get off the road? Never get off the boat. Never get off the boat.
Yeah, Emmett kind of shakes his head at the strange behavior of these foreigners. Waits till the pregnant woman who came running out of the carriage to take the sword off a dead body, because of course she doesn't know there was a spell cast, leaves. And then when she gets back in the carriage, he kind of signals for the coachman to keep coming, and then he'll move forward.
Guelph, you stayed in the carriage, right?
Yes, I'm sitting right beside the princess.
Roll me a d6.
Oh, sorry. 2.
All right, I'm going to send you a message.
Okay.
And you can handle it any way you want to.
2 arrows plunge into your chest. How would you like to proceed?
Into my eye sockets. You feel a sudden urge to run into the woods. You
All
feel
right,
the
you
urge to take
you
off all your
must
armor.
You must hunt the white stag.
That's right.
All right, that's what you hear, Guelph.
Huh. I guess I'll turn and look out the back window.
Nothing's there.
Oh boy. Princess, I feel something ill is about to pass. Look to your safety, and I'll unholster my hatchet. But do not be alarmed. And I'll just kind of keep. I'll move towards the door just to kind of protect the door.
Yep, you don't hear anything. You don't see anything. It's back to just normal peace and quiet.
And then I think I'll just kind of open the door slightly and call out to the others. Ill portents indeed. We must be gone from here, and I feel this journey is best completed in haste now. Coachman, if you would. And then I'll close the door.
Yeah, the
Hey,
coachman, Evan Lena, after Desiree gets back into coach, he helps
Yes.
her in there, and he will start the coach forward. Emmett, you're going to continue forward?
Yep.
Yeah.
Detect magic wouldn't allow me to see invisible, would it?
Nope.
Okay.
You get no sense of anything around the coach at all when you walk like that way, Desiree. Because it stays up. How long does it stay up? I don't remember now.
20 minutes.
Yeah, you
It
don't-
might be per level.
Let me look.
No, just 20. No, just 20 minutes.
Yeah, you don't get any other or any tingling or feelings, anything, as you make your way back to the coach.
Okay. Okay.
You continue on, Emmett. The rest of the day goes by uneventful as the evening gets there, and y'all set up your little camp. I guess we'll stick with Kozar, Guelph, Evan, Lena, and Emmett for watches.
Sure.
All right.
I don't know if I'll do it before, like while we're eating, before everybody's on watches, or I'll do it during my watch, whatever, depends on how you want to time that. But I'm going to take the time to look at those arrows because I'm kind of curious where this guy might be from because I didn't actually see him. So I'm trying to figure are there any clues from the arrows themselves? If he's from the land of snow or fruit.
You would be able to tell, but the arrows maybe would be maybe looking at the craftsmanship of them. That it would appear that they were probably made somewhere in the snow barony.
Okay.
And all of that.
That's all I want to know.
Kozar's shift goes by very uneventful. Nothing happens. Guelph, you're awakened to your shift. And about halfway through Guelph, you hear a noise coming from outside the, of course, I'm sure Kozar has the lantern set up to help provide light, but you hear a noise coming from outside the edge of that kind of in the forest, and you see the bushes move, and you see a blinking yellow light. Guelph?
I'm going to send my hawk to go fly above it and look down upon it.
Yep, you can do that.
Okay.
The hawk goes over there. He doesn't relate anything back to you. He just says there's pretty much what you see, a yellow light, but he doesn't relate anything else, any visuals back to you.
I'm going to wake up. Who's next on watch?
After you would be the coachman, Evan Lena.
Okay, I'm going to wake up the coachman. And then is Emmett after that?
Yep, Emmett will be last.
Okay, so I'm going to wake up Emmett. I'm going to say, my deepest apologies, friend.
So you're waking up Evan Lena and Emmett both?
Yes.
All right, fine.
And I'll just say, my deepest apologies, friends. But there is something in the woods, and I should not go alone, as they say. I am supposed to be wise in my years. One should stay here awake and two of us should make sure that nothing nefarious is attached to that light. Mr. Otter, Master Otter, would you attend with me? And I'll motion to the light.
So Emmett will say, let me, I'm quite invisible, as they say in the woods. Men don't generally look down. Let me take a peek. Stand here for a moment. And I'm going to pick up my sword in my hand, and then I'll do the halfling thing where I kind of try to disappear into the bushes, and I'll circle around and see if I can see what's there.
Yeah, and I'll let you roll it for me. Roll me a d6.
Okay. Come on, baby. I rolled a 6.
Man, you're really showing your talents off as you
Oh my
maneuver
God.
over there. And this yellow light is flashing, and once you kind of sneak around to what you think to that side, it disappears. And I will type you a message of what you hear real quick and what you see. In fact, roll me a note. Never mind, that d6 will work. I'll use it for this too.
There are 6 Tarasques.
You hear, I've never been able to kill a halfling before, right before someone slits your throat.
Wow, he looks so tasty and small.
This is what you hear, and then I will tell you what you see after this.
Your life flashed before your eyes.
And that's what you see lying on the ground in that area of where you hear that sound for just a moment also.
Oh, interesting. So basically, I go to where the light was, and it's gone, and this is now there on the ground in the same area.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I mean, can't leave that there. So I take my sword and throw it. I've got just the scabbard. It's not like attached to my belt right now, so I just put it in one hand, and I'll reach down and grab it.
Yeah, when you grab it, make me a saving throw.
Of course. Would this be considered magic? Because I get a bonus if so.
Yes, it would be.
Okay, so I get a +4, which makes me just make it because I rolled 7.
Yeah. Your hand tingles for just a moment.
Hmm.
You see that dark wood handle kind of almost glow for just a moment, and the head of this weapon glow as you pick it up, and you just get a tingle from it.
Does it feel like normal? Like, does it feel like heavy or light, or does it feel like it would actually be a good weapon, or is it more like just for looks?
It feels like it'd be a great weapon, and it's pretty light from what you would think one of them would weigh.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll hold it in his hand, as a weapon, and just keep his sword, the scabbard with the sword in it, in his other hand, and he'll kind of look around again to make sure that he doesn't hear anything, and if not, he'll walk back.
You hear a voice this time in your head,
Oh.
and I will type to you what you hear. You hear the mechanics of what this thing does.
Oh boy.
Pull the pin and throw the entire belt.
Pro gamer move.
All right, that's what you hear in your head. Is it? You think maybe it spoke to you?
Oh, interesting. Emmett kind of is he kind of just stops for a second, and he says, the forest brings gifts in the summer. He says it kind of loud, so anybody could hear it. And then he steps out of the bushes where he thinks he's hidden, but I guess he probably wasn't getting very good with that roll. And he steps out, and he says, I believe we were visited by the Fae, and it was a good portent, for they left us this gift. And I show, and I'm holding a beautiful mace with a dark wood handle. And then I walk back to where I'm sleeping, and I kind of put it down next to me, and I roll over and start snoring.
Before you go back to sleep, both you and Guelph make me a D6 roll.
2 that time.
Same.
Both of y'all had a 2?
Yep.
That is good enough. Evangelina's been staying back by the coach there, protecting in case, until you get back, and you show the mace to all of them, and you hear Evangelina almost scream out, and he goes, "No, not tonight. It won't happen tonight."
Oh boy.
And you see Evangelina with his hat on slowly start transforming
Oh
into
no.
this creature.
Huh.
Let's see. Well, you and Emmett roll initiative.
I, for the third time, have rolled a 2.
And I got a 1.
Oh no.
I rolled in the beginning. Now I'm getting all low rolls.
And he starts transforming into this hideous beast from the almost, nice looking coachman that he was. And he yells out the last human voice, "Not tonight." He is going to take off running as he rolled a 5. He is going to start running towards you, Guelph.
Oh no.
And let me find my little card here, my notes for him. He lunges straight at you, Guelph, and you almost sidestep him, but you aren't quite fast enough expecting this. As he grabs hold of you, his claws just rake down into you for 3 points of damage. And after that, he has you on the ground, Guelph, and he is going to try to bite into you now. But the bite, you're able to avoid the bite as we are up to you, Guelph, and this creature is on top of you.
Okay, that escalated quickly. So I think Guelph just is almost surprised, is surprised, but I think he had his axe out because he thought something else was going to happen. And he's almost going to he'll be like, "Protect the princess," and he'll go to strike into the werewolf. And can he? He I guess he wants to push him off, but he wants to strike at him with the axe at the same time.
Yep, you can do that.
Okay. 19 plus
Yep,
whatever.
19 will hit him.
Okay, so I think it's just these.
You're using a hand axe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My magic hand axe. So plus, and then I hate lycanthropes as an elf, so that's D6 plus 2 damage, I believe.
Yep, you get that extra. Yep, you sure do.
4th 2 in a row, so that's 4 damage total.
4 damage to it as you strike into it, okay?
Yeah.
Blood starts seeping off of it. It lets out this bestial scream. Kozar, you and excuse me, you and Desiree roll me a saving throw.
Okay. Is this against magic?
No, it's just standard for something else.
Okay. I got 17 over 11.
You start, both of you start waking up hearing this hideous scream then as y'all are starting to wake up.
Desiree was already getting up because she had to go pay.
But I'll get you an initiative probably in the next round after this one, probably,
Okay.
as y'all are waking up.
Yeah,
Emmett,
very
it's up to
confused.
you.
So, of course, Emmett doesn't know anything about that. That's all Meta. So Emmett yells out, "Awaken, snowy warriors! We are under attack!" And he'll, he just threw the mace down. And he was about to throw his sword down, so he draws the sword and charges at this thing.
All right.
Unfortunately, I'm not wearing any armor right now because I just woke up. So I guess my AC is 11. That's the base. Right?
When Guelph sees you coming, he'll say, "Don't kill him. Subdue him. He does not know what overtakes him." Even though he hates lycanthropes, he's still is a very wise man, I guess.
Okay, sure. I mean, I don't listen to that.
Yeah, no, that's what
No,
yells.
but I got you. 18 plus
Yep.
4 total with the sword. Okay.
You hit him.
And the sword does a d6. So 4 plus 2 is 6 points of damage with the magical sword.
It lets out even more hideous yelling and everything.
Yeah.
You know, as Kozar and Desiree are finishing trying to wake up, this creature looks, and it is going with both of y'all there. It's going to turn its attention towards the halfling. It rakes these claws straight across you, Emmett, for 5 points of damage.
Ouch.
And then it is going to try to bite you. Oh, it's going to bite you for 6 points of damage.
My God. Okay.
And make me a saving throw.
Ouch. Okay. That is a 3. So even if I had bonuses, that would not make it. Yep.
Yep. We will make a note for later.
Yeah.
Is this thing claws and bites into you, Emmett? I mean, you gave it such a powerful blow. I mean, blood is pouring out everywhere, but it is still strong enough to bite into you as we are up to Guelph.
Okay, can I cast spells in combat?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think seeing I've stood up, right?
Yeah, both of y'all, you got up, and as you're getting up, you
Yeah.
see this thing turn its attention on Emmett.
Okay, so I actually will try to kind of position myself beside him and lay my hand on him quickly within this flurry. You know, just kind of like get my axe and swing a few times so that the beast backs up, and then quickly reach out and grab Emmett and mutter a few words, you know, ancient words, and you feel a healing power enter into you, and you hear like kind of like chanting in the back of your mind. And that's just like what, a D6 or something?
You cure light wounds, or
Yeah.
D6 plus 1 should be.
Okay, here comes the 5th 2. Oh no, 5 plus 1. You get 6 hit points back there, Emmett.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Emmett smells mushrooms, and
That's right.
that starts to stumble
A
back.
good ratio right there.
All right, Emmett, what would you like to do as you start feeling a little bit better, but this creature's right almost on top of you?
So I say, "Dwarf, to your feet!" And I'm going to try to swing at it with my sword again.
All right.
Being a mighty halfling warrior, although I missed because of my severe injuries with 3 on the die.
All right. And speaking of Kozar, you and Desiree roll initiative for me. D6 in your dex mod.
1.
All right.
That luckstone doesn't give me anything for my dex, right? It just does
Nope.
the AC and stuff. All right, so then I got a 1 as well because I'm 2
Wow.
minus 1. I'm pregnant and I was getting up to use the restroom. I mean,
I'm hard to wake up. I'm not.
Well, that's not good for our little halfling because this creature is right on top of you. But let's see if he's going to continue his attention to you, and he does. But as he rakes these claws towards you, he's going to miss, Emmett. But he's going to try to bite into you again, Emmett, and you're able to knock him off somehow. I mean, he's biting and clawing, but he misses you both. As we're up to you, Guelph. This creature's got Emmett trying to eat him. Oh, he had to step away, he said. Emmett, I'm sorry, Desiree, you and Koza are also on 1s, so y'all are all going pretty much the same time. What would y'all like to do? Koza, you and Desiree?
Kozar, you probably have a better dex than me, so go ahead.
Oh, you
Yeah,
muted,
yeah.
David.
I'm going to scoop up my shield and warhammer, and in my skivvies, just kind of like run out over at this werewolf. Like I don't even know that it's werewolf. I don't even know that it's Evan. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna smash him in the face
All right.
as hard as I can. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
It senses you, I guess, coming as it maneuvers out of the way, and your warhammer crashes into the ground next to it. Then,
Mm.
Desiree, what would you like to do?
How far away from it am I?
Oh, we'll say 30 feet. I don't know, 30, 40 feet.
Perfect. Okay, so Desiree is just like, oh, no, I am not in the mood for this tonight. And she extends her hand and mutters, and she says, stick where you are, and cast web.
All right.
Nice.
We're going to get all of us.
You cast
Yeah.
your web,
Yep.
and
Good.
you have webbed everybody else but you. As that whole party is around this werewolf.
Oh my god.
I feel comforted.
Yeah.
It's like a weighted blanket, you know? Like, oh.
Also, we're covered in webs.
Yeah. The werewolf can't move. I can't move. It's fine. Moving is just terrible anyway.
Guelph, you saw Kozar run over to assist you in Emmett, and then you see Desiree chanting and casting as all of a sudden you feel this sticky substance shoot all across of all of y'all caught up in a web. But what would you like to do, Guelph?
I'll start trying to hack my way out with. I'll just say, spellcaster, we are on your side as well, and I'll start to hack away at the web.
All right. We are back to the werewolf who is caught in the web. He's going to try to reach out through the web, and he's going to grab at you, Guelph. And he is going.
Oh, I didn't realize he was within striking range. Oops.
Oh yeah, all of y'all are pretty much tied up in this. He can.
Could I retcon a little bit and strike at him?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Right now. Yep. He reaches out and claws into you for 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Guelph. He is going to turn his attention to try to bite into the halfling again, but he will miss with the bite. And speaking of that, we're up to you again, Guelph, as all of y'all are kind of fighting and pushing. And
Okay.
fighting
Well, I
this
guess
web.
I guess if it's not really moving under my act, we'll strike at him. I'll swing it around to the flat and try to smack him across the jaw with it.
All right.
13, I believe, total.
Yep, you're going to hit him.
Okay. 5 plus 2, I believe, so 7.
Do you want to finish him, or do you want to subdue him and knock him out?
Yeah, I want to knock him out. I know this man, right?
Yeah, you've known him as a servant of the Snows for years.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't possibly kill him.
Yep, perfect. You were able to knock him out. He is unconscious, laying there in the web, still in the wolf form.
He's no harm. He's no harm. Stay your blades. And I'll actually like put myself on top of him. Or I guess I'm stuck in the web. Never mind. I'll just say that and swing around in the web a bit.
Perfect. The rest of y'all do not see. You see, it appeared to be knocked out by the druid and is not moving now.
I mean, if it looks knocked out or dead or whatever, and I'm stuck in this web, I'm going to now start to hack my way out, because I assume at 4th level I've probably seen spells before, and I know this will last for a while, so I don't want to be standing in here. So I'm gonna start cutting my way out.
Desiree, anything you can do to help him get out?
No, she's gonna go off towards the camp latrine.
I mean, I guess it's going to take us 30 to 40 minutes or longer to cut out this, right? Based on what
I mean, basically by the rules, but you're able, all of y'all working together, we'll shorten it to about 20 minutes to get out.
Yeah, we're like hacking our way out of this.
I don't know. Kosar's just like, was it my watch? It wasn't my watch, right? I'm supposed to be sleeping.
No, right. So
yeah. I'm just like,
mine either.
Gravity.
When we finally cut our way out of this thing, are we binding wounds in this or no?
Yeah, you can have the bind wounds. Yep. If anybody got injured, you can bind wounds for 1d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
4.
Is there any way we can tie this guy up? Like, I got some rope. We can.
Well, he's in the web for 8 hours.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know, unless we can cut him out, I suppose.
No, let's not.
I mean, since the web lasts 8 hours, I don't know when he's going to wake up, but possibly he will transform back to a human before the web expires.
That's true.
Definitely.
That's what I hope.
We've seen how hard it is to break out. So maybe we should just, go back to, have us rest with a double watch. Or sorry.
Yeah.
What do you think we should do at this point? I have some ideas, but I want to hear counsel.
Right. I would say keep an eye on the fiend. He'll eventually become a man again. I'll explain, of course, to the others that he was the coach driver. Where's the princess, by the way?
Yes.
She's probably asleep in a tent next to where Desiree is.
Okay, so we'll just check on her.
She never woke up.
Yeah, so I'll just go check on her. That's what I would do right away. I suppose I would just make sure she's not dead or something, because we don't. I mean, I woke up to a sound in the woods and then a werewolf, so I'll just peek in and make sure she's not. If she still looks like she's alive.
Yeah, she is sleeping. She is sleeping well.
No, I'll just come back and say the wolf is temporarily restrained. If I know anything about these creatures, by the light of day, he will become a man again. So just keep an eye.
Yeah. Guelph went to check on the princess with you for sure. I think he was the first one there. I just forgot about her personally.
Yeah. I will have to extend our watches a little bit longer because clearly the coachman can't be a watchman because he's a wolf. So yeah, everybody will just do like an extra hour and we should be.
I agree. In the morning we will have many other things to decide upon. But for tonight we still need our rest, and I do agree our lycanthropic threat is suspended, shall we say.
Definitely.
Yeah, that Emmett will go back to bed until it's his watch. Unless he gets work.
Yeah. I'll finish my watch then.
Yep, the rest of the watches go through the night.
I'll just ask everyone to crowd around the princess's tent closely. I'll just, just have everyone kind of make sure that we're camped close to her.
Good.
You're able to do that. The next morning, the beast transforms back into Evangelina as he's starting to come to groggy and stuff. The webs are starting to dissipate some. And the last watch will be Emmett. So Emmett, he's starting to wake up on the end of your watch right at daylight.
Yeah, so I mean, if the web still seems strong and he's waking up, I'll actually go up to him and say, "It seems you have the curse."
Yes, and I hope I did not bring the curse to any of you. The curse comes on the full moon, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. I was hoping it would last until we got to the Froupe's castle, but unfortunately it did not.
Will you change again tonight?
I should not. The curse I'm under only occurs once.
Okay. Emmett nods, and he said, "And now that I see it as a man, I'll while keeping as best to watch. Actually, I'll light up a piece of wood, from the camp, and I'll reach in and hand it to him because it says that you can burn your way out, with the torch and a sword. So I'll hand him a dagger, and I'm not giving him my sword clearly, or if he has a sword, and I'll give him the torch so he can cut his way out.
Yep, perfect.
I'll just keep an eye on him because I don't want to cut him out because I want to pay attention to the watch. But I'll let him do his thing. I trust him. It's a curse. It's not his fault. Even though I have a massive scar across my face from where he attacked me.
Could be worse.
Exactly.
Could be
dead.
Could be a were-halfling.
Yep. Exactly.
Wolf.
Half-wolf.
Half-wolf.
Yeah, it's only white.
Halfway.
I'd have to wait 5 more editions before I can play that.
Yep, he does not, he gets himself out. The rest of you are awake to the morning on day 3. Of course, the coachman Evangelina apologizes to everyone for his curse and any damage he has caused that may come from it.
It's Eben or Evan?
Evangelina.
Evan?
Yeah.
Okay. Evan, how I've known you for years, and to think that you would jeopardize the princess with your curse, it's unspeakably short-sighted. I will speak to the Baron about this. I am less than pleased with your conduct.
He hangs his head low as he puts his hat on and his cloak around him, and you must do what you have to do. But I will get us safely there now in the coach. There's no threat of this happening again for several more weeks.
You know for sure?
Yes, it has been in my family for generations. I
Oh.
know the stories.
Well, it's not the kind of thing that one can speak about, but you have seen the consequences of hiding it. So, I think you have much to think upon. Maybe I can give you counsel once the journey has completed. I spoke harshly. I will think about what I will say to the Baron. And with that, I guess I turn away and I try to show him that I try not to show him my anger as I walk away.
All right, perfect.
Well, speak for yourself. You're lucky I was already getting up. Had you disturbed my rest, I would have fried you with lightning.
Is he healed? Or does he still have the injuries that we gave him?
Who, Evelina, the coachman?
Yeah, the coachman.
You can tell some of his scars or his punctures are starting to heal some. He's not moving around very well, but he is starting to heal some.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, because I think we gave him a beating, so if he was pretty hurt, then I would want to make sure that we bind him or whatever. And we need him right now. We need him. So
Yeah.
Emmett's been to war, so he knows that sometimes you have to lesser evil kind of feel. So
would I be getting my spells back for the rest, or is that my rest is interrupted, right?
Nah, I'm gonna let you have them back. Y'all can
Okay,
have
well
them.
then I'm actually gonna burn one of my spell slots to cure him with the light wounds. And can we bind him as well so that he's pretty?
Yeah, you can do both of those things to get him back to pretty much normal.
Yeah, because I mean, like I know this man, like to me he's a friend. So
Yep, that works. Perfect. Y'all head out your journey on day 3. It's another beautiful day. You would hope so. Does anybody need to take a bio break, or y'all still good to go?
I would love to take a little break, maybe 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, let's take about a 5-minute break right now. Then it'll be fine.
sounds good.
Perfect.
I am back in the seat.
Desiree's ready to get this caravan moving again.
Hey, at least it's pleasant weather, you know.
It's far too hot.
All you want to do is get the princess married.
I'm back.
All right. Emmett, you just got a message to remind you of something and later on. You still have some onions left, Desiree?
Yeah, I think I have like 2 left right now. Or probably more like 1 at this point. Probably pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, we really need to get to town. I'm on my last onion. This can't be. I'm also almost out of cheese.
Well, you're halfway there. This is day 3, and on day 4, you should be there.
Yeah. Emmett won't tell Desiree that they don't grow onions in where we're going. You're gonna have to eat scallions.
Wow.
It's not nearly the same.
Huh.
Although he'll be happy that her breath will not stink as much.
Did you show us the axe? Or the mace, sorry?
I showed it to you, yeah, because you were awake.
Can I make like a check on that?
Yeah, you're wanting to know more about it?
Yes.
Yeah, roll me 4d6 though against your intelligence.
No. 19.
Yeah, I mean, it's very exotic, dark wood handle, very nice looking mace. But yeah, you've never seen nothing quite like this one before.
Oh, it is incredible craftsmanship.
It was clearly created by the Fae, who want to assist us on our journey.
I cannot disagree with that interpretation, Master Otter.
Could I detect magic on that mace?
Yeah, you want to cast Detect Magic?
I'll cast Detect Magic.
Kozar, are you back also?
I am, yes.
All right, good. We just know they've done a couple out of play things.
Who's doing the bubble wrap?
Desiree, you cast Detect Magic on the
Yeah.
mate that our halfling is carrying, and it radiates a lot of blue color of powerful magic, you think. Exactly. But you start out day 3. Most of the morning goes by. Y'all don't meet any travelers coming from that direction of where you're going. It goes by pretty peaceful most of the morning. You don't hear any noises or anything else. And about when you're getting ready to break for lunch, the road starts kind of making a curve where it's coming around, and you kind of lose where you have to come around this big curve. And as you come around the curve, Emmett, you're in the front. You will see them first. You see these 3 figures standing in the road above, on further down. And also, I am going to give y'all a link. If y'all will click on this link and open that up, you should see a little wonderfully drawn map of what you're going to see at this point.
Could my hawk be flying?
Huh?
Could my hawk kind of be circling, not like just nonchalantly back and forth up and down the path at a good altitude?
Yeah, you can do that.
So would it be able to kind of give us a bit of a heads up at all, or?
Nope, it did not.
Oh, okay.
It saw him about the same time as Emmett did, probably. If you click on the move tab over there, you should be able to move your name. Guelph and Des, you're up by the wagon.
Yep.
Those are and Emmett. You see these 3 figures standing in the middle of the road, blocking the road, armed with various type of weapons. Most of them appear to be wearing some type of leather armor or maybe studded leather type of armor. And they're just standing, 3 of them in the road there. There's trees, of course, all up and on both sides of the road of where you're at.
So Emmett will, raise his hand to the signal to the back, to stop the wagon, and he'll turn to Kozar and say, "Watch my back." And he's going to ride forward a little bit.
Yeah, easy peasy. Watching his back.
As you move forward, the first one, he pulls out a long sword and he goes, "We'll be taking everything in the wagon. It belongs to us now."
You should know that we are protected by the Fae of the forest. And if you make a move on us, you will be destroyed where you stand. The bugs will pick your bones. And I'm going to touch the magical mace and get ready to use it if they come at me.
As soon as you touch it, you hear a shoo. His arrow comes from a bowman in a tree that you were surprised by. And I'm going to add him in.
Of course.
And you will take 2 points of damage, Emmett, as this arrow slices into you.
Okay. At that, I am going to, if we want, we have to do it first, whatever. I'm going to activate that wasp power and drop it on the bandits.
All right. He is right there with B4 is where the arrow come from.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it to him, actually, if I can, because it's probably, I don't know what the range is, but if he's the closest one, so.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you activate the power. Let's everybody roll initiative, and then we'll come back to what you do. Oh, man.
Okay.
What did you get, Desiree?
Initiative. Sorry, I was trying to look at the spell. 3.
3 for Des. What about Emmett?
2.
M on 2. Guelph?
3.
3 for Guelph. And what about Kozar?
2.
Man. Everybody is in a line. The bandits had a 1, thankfully, for y'all. But yeah, dude, you're going to use the activate this mace, Emmett, first?
Yeah, I want to throw that one to the wasps.
I'll let you be able to do that. Y'all see this buzzing, or maybe Kozar would probably be the only one to hear it. You hear this buzzing, Kozar, coming from above this maze as you see this large area of these wasps just fly out towards that tree. And as they hit him, let's see. He starts falling out of a tree, but you see he's got some kind of safety rope where he catches himself and he doesn't actually fall to the ground. But roll your damage for what he takes.
Okay. Oh, 5 minus 1 would be 4.
Yeah, those stinging wasp and hornets or whatever all is in this big deal or seem to be stinging him as he is yelling out in tremendous pain. And we'll go in straight initiative. Guelph, you and Desiree are both on 3s.
Okay. I think I'll actually, seeing her start to cast, I'll let her cast first.
Yep, and you would know each of those hex squares are roughly, we'll say 10 feet. So, you know, where you are, they're approximately 10, 20, 30, 40 to 50 feet from you.
Actually, you know what? As I see her start to cast, I'm gonna load a sling into. I'm gonna load a little, metal bolt or ball into my sling and let it fly at that guy who's being pelted by the wasps.
The B4, okay. You want to make a missile attack on him? Roll for it.
Okay. This should sting a little more. 10 plus, I think just 11 then total.
Yeah, you hear it swing by him and almost hit him as maybe he's swinging on this rope trying to get away from these walls, but you barely miss him as it goes swinging by him. Desiree, what would you like to do?
Desiree will say, how about you experience what it's like to have someone else sap all your energy from you? And she casts sleep in the midst of these bandits.
What is the range on sleep? Do you know offhand?
240 feet.
Is it? Okay, 240. Yeah, you're going to do that. So roll from, tell me how many.
It depends on their hit die. If they're less than 1, they're 2d6 plus 3. If it's 1 to 2, it's 2d6. And if it's 3 to 4, it's
roll the
1d6.
HD1.
1, okay. So 2d6.
Plus 3, right?
Less than 1 is 2d6 plus 3.
I thought it was less than 1 to 1. Are you sure?
Less than 1 to 1 is 2d6,
it's 2d6 plus 3.
Okay. So that's a total of 10.
All right. This is what you see happen. You see the 3, B1, 2, 3, and 4. You see the 4th guy, but you don't know if he's been stung to death as they all fall asleep. Then you're going to see this happen. Because I just want to use this little map. You see this guy that was in this tree fall out on the ground as he goes to sleep. You see this guy in this tree back here falls out on the ground as you put them all successfully to sleep. You have 6 bandits sleeping.
Emmett,
And that's what it's.
Oh, they say not to mess with a pregnant woman.
Yes, well, that's what it's like to have a baby sap all your energy from you. All right, you guys can finish them off now. Go on, toodaloo. Hurry up. Got to get this wagon moving again.
I do believe that Lady Alguacil did say she wanted no more interruptions.
So at that, so Emmett will jump off his horse and like kind of walk it forward. And if the band's laying there asleep, he's just going to put his sword through their neck.
Yeah, and once you went up to B4, the guy that you sent the wasp on, you've seen they dissipated back in the forest, and he was barely breathing. But yep, you're able to put them all to eternal sleep if y'all want to.
Actually, I think Guelph is gonna come up and be like, they deserve the king's justice. They deserve the baron's justice.
So you want to hang them?
Well,
That takes a long time.
Well, I am imbued with the Baron's authority. You can kill them. It's official now.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better.
You're welcome. This is his lands. You do need my permission to murder men.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Master Otter, as you were.
Yeah. So not taking pleasure in it because it's not a warrior's way to just kill sleeping men, but knowing that we have to get this done, I'll just drop my sword through each of their skulls to make sure they're finished. Do they look like they're bandits, so they probably have junk, right? Like they're
It's just old junk weapons. I mean, you could, if you wanted to take some of the crossbows and they have swords, crossbows, daggers. I mean, if you wanted to, I mean, they're not anything fancy about them.
No, I don't have any.
Should we cast these in the river?
Kozar, are you going to help him with that, or is he going to do it by himself? Oh, you're muted, David. You might have to step away.
No, sorry. It's I'll step down off my horse, and if it's commanded by the Baron through Guelph that this is the way it is, and I see Emmett kind of getting in there, I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So I'll help with the slaying of these bandits, and I would also like to grab some of the a crossbow with some bolts or something.
Yeah, you can grab one of the light crossbows that the bandits has, and say we're full up of 10 bolts. You can grab 10 bolts to go with it.
Beautiful.
Emmett, I'm going to send you a message as you're dispatching these gentlemen of something you hear in your mind.
We, of course, can appropriate their ill-gotten gains. These men should return what they've taken to society. And I mean, I'm not going to search them, but if you want to search them, and I'll expect you to turn over what you find for the Barons, for a fund or whatever. I mean, just for the Baron to take, probably, but that's not my interpretation of it. Obviously, you can take what you want secretly, but
yeah, I'm not looting them. I'm just taking them out so they don't follow us. I say, actually, I'm going to say it to, since he's down there with me, Kozar. I say, I'm getting a sense that an even greater danger lies ahead.
As he says that to you, Kozar, you hear this voice in your mind, and I just sent you a message with what you hear.
Oh, yeah. I kind of glancing around as Emmett's kind of talking to me as we're doing this kind of stuff. I just kind of get a little lost, and I'm like, who said that? Superstition just takes control of him. He's like, what? I think we need to be moving on.
I agree. So yeah, if we're sure they're dead, I don't want to take the time to search their pockets. I'm not really concerned with that.
Yes,
we'll take any weapons that we might need.
No, I've got what I need.
Yeah, I mean, if you mentioned about taking the stuff for the Baron, I would just say they have nothing. They're bandits.
Yeah. Do I see a stream close by?
No, there's no stream on this.
Okay, well, I'll just take all their maybe I'll just say, can we just take them off the path into the bush here? The wild beasts will see to the rest.
Yeah, I have no problem. Yeah, I have no problem pulling them off the.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the only three that are in the road, we'll just roll them off. We want to leave them on the road.
And I kind of pull kind of rally everybody and say, I feel like we need to be careful. Danger lies ahead.
Feel the same way. So I'm just going to get back up on his horse, and as we're riding forward, he's going to keep his bow in one hand and ride the reins with the other hand. So he's basically ready to go if something were to come out.
Yep, you do all that. Takes you some time, with moving the bodies of the bandits, but y'all are able to move them and continue on your way that day. I think eventful as you make. I'm sorry, what?
I just, because you were just saying that, I just was like, yeah, it's a dwarf and a halfling when moving humans. They must be gigantic. Just trying to move them.
Ah,
I was actually gonna say I can turn into a black bear.
I don't think you should use that now.
So I think I'm gonna turn into a black bear, and I'll say, right before I do it, I'll say, make sure the make sure the lady doesn't see. Make sure the princess does not cast her eyes upon this. And I'll go into the bushes, and then a moment later, a black bear comes out and just kind of starts dragging the bodies, and they're quickly gone off the road and somewhere else. And then a moment later, Guelph comes back out of the bushes and just like, it's time to go. And then he kind of shakes himself and seems more normal again.
While this is going on, it's like shows the inside of the caravan, and Desiree is just sitting there like knitting a onesie, and she's just like, I hope I'm not making this too big. But I guess if I am, the baby will grow into it, right? She says to the princess, and they're just sitting there having like, pleasant conversation as all these bodies are being moved outside.
yeah, it's like they were back in the castle, having tea and crumpets and stuff. Nothing, just another day for them. But yeah, y'all able to move forward the rest of the day, and nothing happens. You set up camp at night. Kozar takes his little watch, and let's see here. Kozar, roll me another D30.
Oh yeah. 10.
A 10. You're sitting there, on your watch, and you hear coming from down the road, you hear horse hooves coming, and it's moving very fast, coming your direction.
I kind of stand at attention, and who's the closest to me as far as like sleeping arrangements? I just kind of want to use the side end of my hammer and just tap the closest person to me as I just kind of take a defensive stance.
I would think maybe Emmett, unless Emmett wanted to say different, because I know Desiree is back with the princess, and Guelph usually stays out in the forest.
No, that's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you feel like the side of a hammer to you as I just take up a defensive, like facing towards the sound.
Yeah, and
I'm going to. I don't know how long this will take, but just if I wake up and I hear this sound, he's doing that. I'm actually going to just grab my bow and my quiver, and move off out of the light, like into the woods a bit, so I can hopefully catch whatever this is about to surprise if they attack.
You think you did pretty good at that, Emmett, as you start hearing the horse hooves, the beats coming down the road, and all of a sudden, both of y'all see on the road appear, come out of the darkness, is this dark, beautiful black stallion. It's profusely sweating, though, like it's been running for some time, and it stops there and looks at both of y'all for just a moment, and then it takes off running on down the road on past your camp. It's riderless, just a horse.
Did it have a saddle and stuff though, or it was just a wild horse? Looks like
it did not have a saddle. Nope.
Huh.
It just went right by us.
Yep, it stopped for just a moment and looked at you and looked towards where the halfling was hiding, like it knew where it was, and then just took off running again.
Well, it's not a white stag, but I find it strange. I apologize for disturbing your slumber, but
no, it's okay. Yeah, well, a beast like that must have been running from something. It was drenched in sweat.
Now, do I have like? Did it have the same kind of familiar tone that the white stag had?
Roll me 46 against your intelligence.
Woof. Okay.
You do not have a smart group, I guess.
It's not my lowest. It's not my lowest. But I did not roll under my intelligence.
Yeah, you don't get any inkling about exactly what.
It's a horse. It's loud.
Yeah. I'll say, well, wake me if you need me. I'm going to go back down, and I'm going to, with my bow next to me, I'm going to drift back off into sleep until I'm called upon.
Emmett goes back to sleep. Kozar finishes shift. No more horses run by. Guelph, you're awakened. You start your shift and do what you do. Nothing happens.
Mhm.
You get the coachman, Evangelina, up, and he
Whoa.
says towards you, he says, do not worry. There's nothing that will happen to me tonight. I can promise you I am back human for quite a few weeks.
Is there any kind of check I can roll on this?
Yeah, roll me 3d6 on your wisdom.
I just barely fail.
By one or
Yes, by one exactly.
yeah, you're still pretty confident that maybe from studies and reading about lycanthropy and things, the most common occurrence that he's probably truthful about what he's telling you. I mean, there could be different variations, but you're pretty sure of it. He's being upfront since he said it had been in his family
Okay.
for generations.
Well, then as he goes on watch, I think I just step inside the princess's wagon and lie down on the floor
All right.
and go to bed.
Yep, nothing happens. Evangelina stays in his farm, his true to his human farm. He wakes Emmett up. Emmett, you make your pass to the next morning on day 4. Looking forward to, because about maybe halfway through the day, hopefully y'all should be at the Baron Froupe's castle, you would think.
Ah, excellent. We're getting into area that I would know.
Yep.
So yeah,
You
maybe
are.
I'm going a little bit faster than maybe, like, I'm a little excited. So maybe occasionally I get slightly further ahead of the group, that I turn around and kind of slow down so they can catch back up.
As Desiree steps into the cab that morning, she goes, it smells like dwarf in here.
I'm an elf.
It was an elf that was in there.
Oh, well, she says elf then.
Maybe some elves smell like dwarves.
Do you say that with me in earshot?
Sure.
Oh, I think Guelph, he will get up and he will respectfully bow to you. And he says, my lady, 1,000 blessings of all of elvenkind upon your most gracious gift from the high ones. And he bows, and then he just mutters some sort of blessing in an ancient language and waves his hand over top of your stomach.
Blessing. Is that what you call it?
The child's gonna come out with elf ears. The curse is on you.
Yeah,
I mean, elf is like lavender. Why wouldn't you want that?
yeah. She probably prefers not to have her stomach touched. Like, oh, people are always trying to touch my stomach.
No, he doesn't touch it.
Okay, good.
Day 4, Emmett, you're going to lead them to the castle, you hope, without any interceding problems or issues or whatever you hope, huh?
Yeah, he's almost putting in the back of his mind the bad feelings he had yesterday, thinking maybe the black stallion was an even worse sign. But since he's so close to home, he's not really worrying about it. He's maybe whistling a little bit. Like I said, maybe moving slightly further ahead of the group than he normally would.
All right. You're 30 feet ahead, we'll say, or whatever, something like that, 20, 30 feet. You go along. The first part of the morning goes fine, and you come around another little slight bend in the road. And when you do, you see up ahead of you, you see a human woman with just one of those like a small 2-wheel farm cart, and you see it hooked up to a mule, but you see one of the wheels of the cart has come off and it's lying in the road, so the cart's very slanted down. And you see her up there, appears to be like she's trying to fix it herself. And that is who you see up there.
Oh, Hey there.
very beautiful woman. And, you know, she's trying to fix this cart by herself. And, you know, she's a good 30 feet ahead of you.
All right, so Emmett will, again, raise his hand up so everybody knows that so probably the cart should stop. There's something ahead. And he'll call out, he'll say, good lady, it seems you found yourself in a bit of a pickle. Could use a hand?
Yes, please. My brother, he run back to the farm to get father to come and help. The wheel is off the cart. I need some strong men to help me. I am Alice Sahina.
Alice, you realize that you have a strong mule here, and he actually walks his horse up. He says, "You don't need men to lift the cart. You could use the beast of burden." And he's actually going to use his horse. He's not going to use hers, but he's going to show her how he would do it. And he's going to jump down and kind of bring his horse around, and like get a rope off the side. And he's going to try to like set up so the horse can lift the carriage up.
Yeah, you start probably getting up there to sit up, and the rest of you come up and see the what is going on. Anybody else want to react at this point?
I guess I'm up front. I'll step down off my horse and offer my assistance.
All right.
As far as whatever Emmett wants me to do.
Kozar, help me here with this rope. We'll get her up and going in no time at all.
Yeah.
Has the caravan stopped again?
Yeah, and Evan, I was going to say, Evelina would relay back to you, Desiree and Emmett, what's going on.
Oh, a hot woman has broken down in the middle of the forest, and you don't find that odd at all? Okay, then, Desiree says. She just continues to knit her little onesie.
Emmett, you and Kozar go up there to help her and start preparing to help her. And she looks at both of you and she goes, "You will all die now." Everybody roll initiative.
Oh,
bother.
Desiree, what did you get?
Oh, finally.
A 4.
A 4 for Des. What about Emmett?
5.
And Guelph?
Oh, one sec. 6.
And Kozar?
5.
The beautiful Pur farm girl had a 6 also. Guelph, you were in the coach or in the thing next to it?
If it's during the day and we're traveling, I'm walking out in front of it beside the coach.
Yeah, that's fine. And you get to go first. Then you see the woman appear to
make a move.
Change and make a move. It appears to be very aggressive towards Emmett and Kozar. What would you like to do?
I want to cast target. Is hold person touch? Sorry, I don't know this.
Look. Yeah, that's fine. Let me look. I don't remember. I don't think so. It shouldn't be. It should have a range on it. It should have a range, don't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so I want to cast it at her.
Yeah, you got a 180-foot range. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I guess she makes a save at -2 because it's just her.
Yep.
Okay.
You do that, and she looks your way and starts smiling and goes, "Old man, that does not work on me."
What are you? We do not wish to fight, but I see that you are threatening us. That is just the beginning of what we can muster. And we are not here to challenge you. Please back down.
She makes no reply. She looks towards both Emmett and Kozar. Both of y'all make a saving throw.
Oh boy.
Is this against magic?
Yes, it is.
I got a +4, so 9, 13. And that's over my saving throw.
All right.
I get 15, also over my.
Y'all both, as she's talking, and you hear maybe Guelph talking also, for just a moment, you go deaf where you don't hear anything at all, but then you're able to resist it. As it comes back, your hearing comes back. She says, You little fools will pay next time, I promise. Emmett, you and Kozar, we are up next on 5s.
What's your dex, Kozar? We'll do it.
I got a 9.
I am 14, so I'll go first then, if that's okay.
Nice.
All right, so so at this point, because there was a lot of things going on, so when did this happen? Was I back up on my horse pulling the wagon, or were we both on the ground putting the rope on?
Y'all would be both on the ground.
Okay, then I'm going to draw my sword because I wouldn't have my bow.
All right.
So I'll draw my sword and slice at her with it. That is a 12? I need to repaint these. 12 plus 4 total for the sword, so 16.
She sidesteps you at the last moment as you barely miss her.
Woof.
So I say, die you all. Maybe next time.
All right, Kozar, what would you like to do as your friend Emmett barely misses her?
Well, now that I see things have popped off, I'm just going to take a big old swing with my warhammer. So I got 16.
She barely sidesteps you too, and she's laughing at both of y'all. You little fools, y'all can't do any better than that.
Not much
Any chance she has 1 hit die? I think I get 4. I think I get 4 attacks against.
You wish she had HD.
Oh, you know what? That means it is the bandit sweep. We could have got more attacks too.
I was gonna try to implement that, but you guys took care of all of that.
Yeah.
Desiree, you're in a coach. You start hearing some form of stuff going on as you hear Guelph gave his speech a minute ago about this. What would you like to do, Desiree?
Yeah, Desiree is already like stepping out of the cart because it's like hot woman that happened to break down the middle of the woods. Come on. I mean, she's a level 4 adventurer, you know, and she's actually wearing that little hat now that the guy gave her. And she says broke down in the middle of the woods. Ugh, been there, done that. Say hello to my little friend. And she begins to wave her arms, and everyone sees the earth begin to rumble and crack as these arms reach up, and out from it pulls out this large humanoid figure as she seems to be summoning a earth elemental from the ground, though she's actually casting phantasmal force.
Where are you centering it on?
Huh?
Where are you centering the elemental at?
I'm kind of just like trying to pull it out of the ground a little bit away from her, like just kind of pretty much in front of me, because it's actually a phantasmal force. So I'm kind of just trying to get her to back off, you know, because it's going to look like we have an earth elemental.
Okay.
So should we save too?
Yep, y'all both make a save.
Yeah, because I certainly don't know this wizard, and she's been kicking some ass so far, so I believe it's true. But I made it just barely with an 11.
Sorry, we're rolling for which?
Just a saving throw. You three.
Saving throw.
Oh,
Against magic?
Magic.
Yep,
Yeah.
against magic. Yep.
that's for me as well.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, Guelph, you also, if you have any bonus to add for magic.
10 on a d20.
So you failed.
For spells is 13 is my save.
Yep. You and the dwarf see this thing come up from the ground, you know, and it probably frightens both of y'all for a moment, unless, you know, something else Desiree would tell y'all anything, but that's up to her next time.
I mean, she's not going to say, you know, she's
you
trying
can't.
to trick the witch.
Yeah, you can't say anything. So she looks towards you and she starts laughing and goes, "Your child will serve my needs wonderfully. I will take care of you last, though." We're back to you, Guelph.
Okay, I'm kind of looking through for animal stats. I want to turn into an animal, but I'm not sure what's the best one to turn into.
What are you thinking of? And then tell me, and we'll go from there.
Well, I don't know. I'm just looking through. A lot of stuff's way too powerful.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's going to matter. I mean, it's, you know, what would you think? I mean, what's on your mind? You think?
Well, just like a black bear or something. Like black bear, I think is the classic.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to turn into a bear, I don't think there's stats in White Box. Let me look in Swords and Wizardry real quick.
I'm looking. I just don't want to turn it into something that's got like no health and nothing to add. You know what I mean? Sorry to slow everything down. I just want to
Oh
turn
no, it's not. Here we go. Bear. Okay, you ready to write this down?
Yes.
Your AC will be 12. You have a claw attack and a bite attack. We'll say the claws will do D6 minus 1, and we'll say the bite will do a D6 plus 1. We'll say.
Okay. Okay. So I guess I'll turn into a bear. Does that take my whole turn, or can I turn and then run at her?
What the heck? I'm gonna let you take a chance to go after her if you want to.
Okay. Yeah. I'll turn into a bear, and I'll say right before I turn, I'll say, I gave you a chance, but you have threatened the princess. And I turn into this bear and start running at her. And do I get to I get the claw attack on her?
You have a claw and a bite. You'll have +4 to attack.
Oh,
bonus.
okay. Well, that's a 12. I don't think that'll hit though.
+4, or is that with the 4?
That's with the +4.
Oh man, no! She steps out of your way real
Yeah.
good. She sees you coming.
Yeah.
You want to try to bite her? That was claws.
Yeah. I'll bite at her then too. Oh,
All
that's
right.
a 19 on the die.
Yep, you're able to bite into her. Roll me some damage for that.
3. Not the
All right.
best, but
Better than nothing, no.
yeah. Absolutely.
It is up to her. She is going. She's going to look at the black bear, and Guelph, you see like darkness as this cloud of darkness just starts appearing around you. And as you look into this darkness, it's like embers, fire embers burning, and this black embers of glowing coal and red and stuff. And you will take 6 points of damage as these embers just start burning the fur of the black bear. The black bear will have, let me add up the HP real quick too. 16
Oh, wow.
is average.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll take 6 points of damage off the black bear for right now.
Ouch. It lets out a mighty roar. Well,
And you
Fine.
don't see her or any of your companions right now. Everything around you is complete darkness with these burning embers. You're stuck in complete darkness right now.
okay. My thoughts go to the princess.
Yeah, they do. Emmett, I guess we were up to you and Kozar, and I believe Emmett was going to go first.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if she's focusing on the black bear, I'm gonna do like a fighting retreat or whatever it would be, and try to get around back to my horse because I want to get my bow.
Yeah, and y'all both would notice where the druid turned into the bear. You both notice that he's just surrounded by this blackness, and y'all can see the red and black embers burning around him. He's just completely disappeared.
Oh, we
into
can see
blackness.
that. Oh, okay.
Yep, y'all can see it too.
Actually, if that's the case, I want to change. So I thought it was just an effect of what was happening to him. If I see that, then actually I'm going to strike her with my sword because I feel like the attack's active. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's focused, looking towards him.
Yeah. So I'm just going to swing my sword. Missed my dice try. Swing my sword. 14 plus 4 is 18.
18 will hit her.
Ah, yes.
Nice.
1d6. 4 plus 2, 6. That's good.
6, okay. You strike into her, and she laughs back at you and goes, wait till you see what I do to you, little halfling. Kozar.
So I'm on horseback.
No, y'all on foot.
No.
I would
No,
think
on
at
foot.
that point.
Okay. Sweet. So I'm gonna make a sweeping strike with my warhammer
All right.
for 5 plus 4 is 9.
You will definitely miss her, man.
Yeah.
You just can't get focused on her.
Well, I should lie about the die roll. I just can't. I can't.
No, so
How about Dez? What are you going to do?
How many people are around her?
You've seen the druid disappear in this black cloud of darkness. It's probably 5 or 10 feet away from her. You see her standing there, and you see Emmett and Kozar, within 5-10 feet of her.
All right. Desiree says, "Bitch, I know you didn't just threaten my child." And she casts web at her.
Yeah.
You do that.
It's like a
her,
weighted blanket. Oh.
her, Emmett, and Kozar are covered in web again. Well, mate,
Seemed like a reasonable sacrifice.
And
Well,
just judge
you're
it,
in-
Kozar.
complete darkness, Guelph. What would you like to do?
Can I hear her voice?
You cannot. You hear nothing in this black darkness.
I just want to move forward.
You're in the web.
Am I stuck in the web?
You know what? Let me see if you are. Nope, you go the right direction. But as you're moving out of this this embers and stuff burning on you, will take 5 more points of damage before you get out of it and back into the open.
Hey, Tony, I got a question.
Alright.
Real quick. Could I not have cast web like basically kind of like behind her in a way that she would like the web would have kind of come towards her but not get the other two, you know what I mean? Like basically cast it past her instead of like casting it in the middle. You get what I'm saying?
I do, but no, I'm going to say with the area it covers, it's going to get them. I mean, they're close enough to her. It's going to cover that whole area.
All right.
But good try.
Can I draw as I leave the embers and the darkness? Can I drop out of my bear form?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
And that will pretty much be your turn right now, man,
Yeah.
as you do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
She is going to, you see all of a sudden around this web, you see the black cloud covered darkness around her. And what do I do with that die? Her and the dwarf, Kozar, are covered in this darkness. Kozar, these burning embers start burning into you for 4 points of damage, Kozar.
Well earned.
Emmett, you're out of this black darkness, but you see your friend Kozar disappear into it, of course.
Is it burning the webs up, or is it just?
It is. You can tell in that area, you can hear the burning and smelling of webs.
All right, so great. So I'm stuck in the web, but everybody else is free. So Emmett is like, God damn it, and he's just gonna try to stab at her because she's still visible to me, right?
No, she's in the darkness also.
Oh, she's in the darkness as
You
well.
can try to stab at her, but it'd be like invisible, -4 to hit. If you want to try to stab at her.
I don't think there's really much else that I could do because cutting myself out will take 20 minutes. So otherwise, so I'm just going to, and I don't have a torch like the whole thing out. So I'm just going to make a swing. And I hope that I'll miss. That I think is going to miss though, because is it 16 or 18? That's 16 on the die, and I'm +4, so -4 would give me 16, which misses, right?
Yeah, barely. You barely miss. You barely miss her.
And I swing into the darkness, and I say, "Wizard, help us! All you do is hurt the fight by throwing that." And I swear, web.
Kozar, you are stuck in this darkness with all these burning embers that have just burned you.
But
You do
I'm
not
free
see
of
her,
the.
though. I mean, everything's quiet. You do not see her, even though she was pretty close to you.
I'm free of the web though.
No, you're still fighting. You can sit. The web is
Still.
burning off of you, but you think maybe here shortly you will be.
Okay. Do I have my lantern on me?
Would you have been carrying that lantern? You think? I mean, that's I'm gonna leave that up to you.
I feel like Kosar is a very superstitious person, and when he is ominously given an item, you know, at the beginning of a venture, he definitely keeps it close to him. And I just kind of one of those things where I just want to like
Yeah,
light
you can do that. That sounds good to me.
Light the lantern.
You light the lantern, and you hear like almost a growl come out as you light the lantern. Then
Do I see anything? Am I still in darkness?
roll me a d6.
Okay. 3.
Nope, you don't see her, but you heard the voice and know she's still around you somewhere.
Okay.
Desiree.
Desiree is gonna just simply pull her magic dagger and kind of wait. Oh well, do I believe that the witch knows that my phantasmal force was just a phantasmal force?
Yeah, you would think by her reaction when she made the comment to you that you and laughed, you would think that she knew that was nothing more than some ruse.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm just gonna take out my magic dagger and kind of wait for a minute.
All right. Guelph, we are back up to you as you transform back to your druid self.
Yeah, and does that put me back on my regular druid HP?
Correct. Everything
Okay.
will be back to your regular self,
Oh,
correct?
thank God I turned into a black bear. Okay. So she's still do I like I'm not like how big is this darkness? Is it just a small little pocket?
Yeah, you would see the darkness where you just come out of is dissipated and gone now, but you see this other pocket of darkness and Emmett standing there poking in towards the darkness, but you do not see Kozar. It's
Okay,
like-
I kind of want to run up and like poke with my axe.
yeah, you can do that at -4 to hit.
Okay, so I think that's just a -2 altogether.
All right.
No, big. So I run up and I'm just swinging into the darkness. We've offered you terms and truce. You have one more chance, but I will not let the princess be affected by your magics. Surrender now.
You get no reply. Kozar, you're standing there in the darkness, and all of a sudden you see this hand reach out towards you, Kozar, and it reaches and grabs you, and you just feel a chill run through you all the way to your heart. You lose 2 points of Constitution, so you lower your Constitution by 2.
Okay.
If it wants to get to 6 or something, let me know because you'll take some minuses, but you probably got a long ways to go for that.
Oh yeah, I got a huge constitution.
And we're up to you, Emmett.
Okay. Well, I mean, this darkness is still formed, so I'm just gonna once again, as long as it's close enough to me for me to try to stab into it, I will.
Yep, -4 as usual.
Okay, no, I missed. I rolled a 15.
Yep, you miss. Kozar, we are up to you. This burning stuff is still surrounding you and burning into you, but you saw the hand come out, of the beautiful woman.
Okay. So with using that kind of direction, I'm just going to take a big old swing with my warhammer.
Yeah, and I'll just give you a -2 since you kind of know the
Okay.
direction of standing next to her now.
So I still get to add my bonuses.
Correct. Add your bonuses and -2, right?
Well, that's a dirty 20.
All right. Perfect. You strike into her. Roll your damage.
Okay. That's going to be 5.
She screams out at you. She does not like that. You will take another 3 points of damage over these burning embers, though, as you're caught in this darkness still.
Okay.
But you're able to strike into her successfully, as she screams out at you when you do that. And Desiree, what would you like to do?
So I can see her.
No, she's still in darkness.
Okay. No, I'm just gonna stay by the caravan and wait then, with my dagger in hand.
All right.
Another hand on my belly.
Let's see, Guelph, we're back to you then.
I will. I cast. Okay, sorry. Can I see the dwarf?
No, they are still both in darkness. All you see is Emmett
Okay.
poking into this darkness right now.
And there's been okay. Yeah, I guess I just and I haven't really heard. Yeah, well, if I can't see him, then I can't. Okay, yeah, no, I just attack again. I think if I can't.
Yep, same thing. Yeah, you can make attack -4, and you after your bonuses.
Okay, 14, which is a miss, right?
Yep, you miss her.
Okay.
She is going to. She's going to try to reach out with this wicked-looking dagger and strike into you, Kozar. And she rolled a natural 1 and drops the dagger in the darkness and starts cursing. Emmett, you see the darkness starting to dissipate, even though it's still there. You see the darkness kind of start dissipating some, and these embers start, going away. As we're up to you.
Okay. So, did I hear her like curse? And if so, can
You no, at this point you did not. No, you did not hear any
Okay.
sound come from in there.
Okay. All right, so I'm just going to stab into the darkness again.
All right.
And then eventually it'll clear up. No, missed by a mile that time.
All right. Kozar, she reached out and tried to stab into you, but dropped her dagger in the darkness. And you see the darkness starting to dissipate, but the embers, some of them are still on you, but you know they're much lighter at this point.
Okay. Just kind of brushing all that off and just remembering the coldness of the northern island that he came from. Kozar just again smashes out. Do I have any disadvantage? Like,
I'll just -2 because you're very close to her, so you kind of know where she's at in a way.
I got another 18, so +2, dirty 20.
Yeah, you
Awesome.
hit her again.
Okay. So that's for 2 points of damage.
All right.
Yeah.
You strike into her, and she yells and curses out at you again. You'll take another 5 points of fire damage though.
Mm.
These embers are burning into you, but you do make contact with her. Desiree.
Ditto.
Same
point I
thing?
had before. Yeah.
You still got your elemental spinning around?
Yeah, why not?
All right,
it doesn't
perfect.
really matter.
Yeah, perfect. Guelph, we're back to you.
She's still obscured.
Yeah, for just a moment, you see the black cloud starting to dissipate quite a bit, but she is obscured right now.
Okay. And I cannot see my dwarven friend, so I will strike one more time into the darkness. I will call down my hawk to assist me and to fly in there.
You're going to send him into the darkness?
Yeah.
Make me a saving throw for him.
Oh, really? Shit. Oops.
Well, the darkness is nowhere you want to be. It sucks here.
That's actually a t-shirt.
What did he roll?
I believe he rolled a 6.
Yep, so he fails. He'll take 2 points of fire damage as he
Oh, I think
flies
he's-
into there.
Okay, well, he survives, and then I miss by a mile as well.
All right. Y'all see the darkness completely dissipate as now you see the dwarf and her standing there. But it's up to her turn, and she looks towards all three of you standing there. And she says, curse you to your grave. All three of y'all make me a saving throw.
Against magic?
Yep, sure is.
Failed.
All right. I got it. 12. 12 over 11.
All right.
18 over.
Yep, good. Emmett, you're the only one that when she says that to you, you feel in your mind of some type of curse that is coming up on you. And it is saddened you so much that you'll miss your next turn.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel such of a curse against you. Emmett, you're doing that. Kozar, you see her standing there. She's back in everybody's view again.
Oh, and we're standing in pure daylight?
Yep, it's back in daylight again.
Ah, yeah. I look at her and I'm like, I wish it could be easier than this or better than this. Yeah, well, I rolled a 7 as I swing my war hammer at her face. I'm assuming she just gets out of the way.
You
Yep,
hit her better
she-
in the darkness.
Yeah, really.
I was like, get me back into the darkness.
That darkness was helping you being a dwarf.
Yes.
Desiree, what would you like to do?
Desiree says, "Do not worry, Emmett. I shall lift your curse." And she waves her hands around and just speaks mumbly jumbly. But it seems like magic.
All right, so you're not doing anything?
Oh, thanks.
I'm standing by the cart with my dagger.
All right. Guelph, what would you like to do? Your hawk, you see your hawk is out of the, the darkness is gone, so your hawk's up in the air and he's okay.
I tell him to retreat anyway. I say, I'm sorry, my friend. I was foolish. And then I say to her, you attack us unprovoked and on a very important mission. I'm sorry, but I must do this. And I strike at her with my axe.
All right.
Yeah, 17.
17 hits her.
Oh, okay. 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
Nice.
You strike into her with that. When you do that, she's you can tell she's bleeding some and hurt. She looks towards you and she says, I've had enough of your babbling, old man. I will kill you now. And as she says that, you feel around you a Guelph. You feel like rain starting to fall or hail or something falling. But as you look up, you see nothing falling from the sky, but all these daggers that come down and fall straight into you. And you'll take 8 points of damage, Guelph, as these daggers just fall right in your area.
Oof.
No save?
Nope, no save.
Okay.
She says, oh man, I've had enough of you.
Oh, nice.
Emmett, we're up to you.
All right. So Emmett, being cursed now, and feeling like he has nothing to lose, he with all his might he swings with his sword and rolls a 14 plus 4. That's 18.
Yep, 18 gets her.
Come on, baby.
Ooh, that darkness was quite the buff.
That's max damage. So that's 8 points total.
Woo! She does not like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. She don't
He's
like
been
that.
swinging around. He's been swinging around blindly in the dark, so finally he nails her.
A couple of warm-up swings. That's all it was.
How about our dwarf Kozar as you see the mighty halfling knock the fire out of her?
Absolutely. Just inspired by it all. He just hefts. Wow. Again, dirty 20.
All right.
So for 4 points of damage.
Yep, you strike into her. She's not looking healthy. She's still up, but she's not looking healthy or very happy at either one of you right now. He's probably finished with the old man and probably going to turn towards one of y'all next. Desiree, what would you like to do?
Don't worry, princess. This will all be over soon.
All right. Guelph, what would you like to do?
He's gonna drop back and cast Cure Light Wounds on himself.
Yep, you can do that. So you can roll that yourself. She is going to turn her attention towards, oh man, the halfling.
No.
No.
And if she does, you feel the raindrops coming down in the hailstones as they turn into daggers and strike into you for 6 points of damage. Emmett.
I'm still up, but I am bloody.
And we are up to you, Emmett.
Okay, so these daggers start dropping on him, and he looks up, almost like you'd look up into a rainstorm, and he screams, and he swings with his sword, and misses terribly.
All right.
Because all the daggers into him.
And Kozar, you see your friend Emmett take this hail of daggers coming down on him.
Oh, feeling terrible. Wishing that he had the ability to cure his wounds, but instead he can only just smash face. And that is 22 to hit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And 6.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, she's not looking healthy at all, but she's still
Good.
as all these wounds are opened on her. She's not happy at all now.
I don't want her to be happy at this point.
Desiree, what would you like to do? Still standing by the coach?
Yeah, I'm standing back. Just
All right.
rubbing my belly. Like, do you guys know how hard it is to stand here like this? My feet are hurting. Can you get this over with already?
Guelph, you've healed yourself now. What would you like to do?
He's gonna pull out his sling and sling a bolt.
Hit her, okay.
Yeah, a stone.
Nice.
No, that's a nat 1.
Oh no. Roll me some damage.
Just 2. Or 3, sorry.
Kozar, you're hit with a sling bullet as he rolled a natural 1 for that damage.
That's okay. It's fine.
My apologies.
I'm sorry, how many points?
What did you say, Guelph? I mean, it was 2
3.
or 3? 3?
3. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. It's only a minor flesh. That's fine.
She is going to, seeing the dwarf get hit by that, she looks towards the old man and she goes, You're going to hurt your own friends, are you? Well, all you're going to do right now is babble like a baby. Make me a saving throw.
16
Ugh, not
over
happy.
13. So I do make that one.
Yep.
I can protect myself from magic after I shoot my own friends. You know, it's my specialty.
She's not happy. You have pissed her off now. She's not happy at all. Emmett, what would you like to do?
All right, Emmett, seeing the mighty dwarf smashing away at this witch, he's feeling motivated, and he swings again and misses.
Kozar, you just got hit by that sling bullet. Did it energize you to do something now?
Ooh, I get another action?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. I'd like to just take my shield and bash her and like maybe knock her prone.
Yeah, regular attack. If you hit her, the D6 -1 damage.
So, I don't know. That's a 12.
Nope, you miss her.
No, absolutely. Yeah, just kind of like throw myself at her with my shield in front of me, but just kind of step a little to the left, I guess.
Yep, you tried. Desiree, anything?
Same as before.
Guelph.
Feeling sheepish, he will step slightly to the right and just mutter to himself, that was a fluke. And then he'll take another shot,
All right.
thinking that he's lined this one up properly.
Exactly, we hope.
And it goes flying off into the woods.
All right.
Oh, I think I hit a tree. I'm so sorry. Tree.
Old man. She looks towards you, Guelph. She says, old man, go climb a tree and jump out of it to your death. Make me a saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Finally got you.
Yeah, under spells, no, I fail against all
You,
my saves.
You start fearing, when she says that to you, you fear, you just shake in fear. You're so fearful that you're just going to start walking around not paying attention what's going on. You're fearful for your life, unable to do anything for right now.
All right.
Oh, man.
Emmett, what would you like to do?
All right, so Emmett, having whiffed a couple of times because this witch is moving faster, the more damage she takes, apparently. He kind of steadies himself and swings. Hopefully, that's 16, which I know misses.
Yep, you barely miss her.
Getting closer, though.
You are almost there. Kozar, what can you do to her?
I can smash her brains out as I just like two hands just over my head, jumping up in the air with a roll of 21.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And 2 points of damage.
Yep, you strike into her. She's not looking that good, but she's still standing. Daz, you're still doing the same. Guelph, you're walking around. Oh, go back, Daz. You got something?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, she's looking pretty hurt. Desiree finally steps forward 10 feet and says, I've had enough of this. Die already. And she's going to throw her dagger.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure I'll hit because I rolled a 19.
Yeah,
I've been waiting forever for you to throw that dagger.
Yeah, well, I kept waiting for her to step forward towards me, but that's obviously not going to happen. So,
she told you she was saving you for last.
Yeah. And that's going to be 4 points of damage.
4, okay.
I think. Because I get, let's see, it's a dagger plus 1. And
you made it count.
well, it won't be my strength, so it's actually going to be 5 points of damage.
All right, I got it noted. You throw a dagger and strikes into her. She looks towards you with these malevolent, evil eyes. Guelph, you're walking around in fear for everything as you've been told to go jump out of a tree, but you can't find the right tree right now, but you're still looking for it. She is going to...
It needs to be the right tree.
Ooh, she is going to turn her attention to the dagger thrower. Desiree, make me a saving throw.
Oh boy.
Mhm. Versus spells, right? Oh,
Yep.
nat 20. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. She's even more malevolent looking towards you now as you're able to fight off the effects.
Yeah, like she casts her spell, and Desiree just like goes, just like kind of tosses her hand. Like, that's not gonna work. Come on, die already. Someone kill this bitch. Golly, come on. I'm ready to get off my feet.
Huh.
Trying.
Emmett, what can you do?
All right, let's see what Emma can do with his sword. That's an 18 plus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so she turns away from him to cast spells at the wizard, and he gets a good strike at her. Oh, max damage again. 8 points.
What do you do to finish the beautiful woman known as Alice, the pure farm girl known as Alice Sahina?
Yeah, let's see. Now she says, she's been focusing on us the whole time and dodging us, and then finally she gets cocky and decides to take out our wizard. When she turns away, the halfling sees the opening and he jabs his sword up through her kidneys, and it kind of comes out the front of her, and she looks at the blade for a second as it's sitting there, and he pulls it back out, and she crumbles to the ground.
As she crumbles down, her last words are to you, Emmett, as she goes, "That curse will still take you, though, little one. And all of you do not know what's coming after this." As she falls down to her death.
Oh, it's about time. Someone grab my dagger for me, and Desiree gets in the cart.
I eagerly do that.
Well, if you found the right tree to start to climb, you're thinking, well, should I climb it like this? Or maybe it's my black bear. And as soon as you start trying to make that decision, you snap out of it and realize you're back to yourself.
Yeah, it's which limb is the best limb on the tree, actually.
Huh.
So as I see her lying there dead, I'll say, I do not understand the madness that possessed that woman. Why did she want us dead?
Evil creatures thrive on death.
There must
Maybe somebody should ask the princess.
I actually, that's not a bad idea. I'll go into the cabin and consult with her for a minute.
Do you show would you take the princess out there and show her this woman?
No, Jesus, no. She's not going to see the dead body.
All right. But yeah, if you ask her about it, she has no idea. She's
Yeah, I feel like Emmett would cut the head off this woman and then walk it up to the princess.
No. I'll
Oh,
take the
man.
headdress maybe and show her the headdress.
You see Emmett walking up with the head.
I'll stop. I'll cut you off. My master Otter, the lady is not prepared for such sights.
Oh yes, you're right. And then he'll take like that cloak that he has, and he'll like wrap it around the stump so that she can't see the bloody part, and he'll hold it up so it's like a head with like a cloak hanging down.
Puppet.
Like a puppet. And he says, "Here, we can show it to her like this."
I find this highly objectionable. Simply the headdress, if you would.
Well,
He's
we
wearing
can
like a
hold it to the
tiara
window.
or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think, and then I'll try to take the tiara off. Not like take the tiara, but like I'll gently take the tiara off and take it over to the princess.
All right.
Oh yeah, that'll work. And then I'll throw the head into the garden, into the woods.
Yeah. Okay.
She has no idea who the woman is. Nothing. I mean, she's very puzzled, has no idea.
Okay. No, the princess does not recognize this woman's accoutrements.
Okay.
And do they look valuable?
The tiara?
Yeah.
No. Once you took it off like that, it's black and it's dark ebony color, and it's like, no, not. I mean, you just want to get rid of it. You have a foul feeling about it.
It's cursed. I'll say, this jewelry is cursed, and I'll turn and throw it into the woods after the head.
All right.
And we must get the princess to her betrothal. There has been too many delays. I fear. Well, I do not know what the barons will think.
All right. So you throw the head in the woods. What do you do with the body?
I'll ask Master Otter, please, and I'll go to grab the arms.
Yeah, I'll grab the feet and we'll move it. I'll also point out she dropped that dagger. Could be cursed.
Indeed. And then I will kick the dagger into the woods.
Yep. And you leave her body in the woods also?
Yes. Yeah. And maybe I'll just like do like a coyote call or something.
All right. Perfect.
Desiree will shut up the window. You might want to set it on fire, magic and all. Might want to, just saying.
The dogs will be here soon. And then I let out a series of yips and howls.
Yeah. I don't think we should light a fire in the forest. If we want to burn it, we got to do it in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can do that unless part of the party wants to stay behind and do it, because I think we should move forward.
We must push on.
There's a wedding to happen.
Yeah, I say we just get going. Hopefully we did what we did to kill the witch.
I asked Desiree if they're actually like throwing a bachelorette party for the bride to be, and are we invited?
Huh.
This is a strange place.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I was curious about the bachelorette party that you were going to be giving the princess, and if the journeymen were allowed to come as well.
I mean, you might be allowed to go to the bachelor party. The bachelorette party tend to be for the ladies.
Well, we don't believe in that kind of restriction where I'm from.
Yeah, and he's from where you're from, so.
Well, actually, I'm from where.
You're from where you're gonna be from.
Yeah, exactly.
From where we're going.
I will bring you to the famous tavern, Chip and Dale's.
Desiree says to the princess, "These are very odd people. I'm so sorry."
I will be there soon, though.
Can we get past this cart, or do we need to move it?
Oh no, there was enough room to get past it.
Okay, so we'll just. I say we just leave it and move on because Emmett's all hurt. I'm sure everybody's very hurt. I think we're all very hurt at this point.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna bind.
Yep, you can bind wounds if you want to take 10 minutes to do that.
I'm well because I healed myself, but that doesn't mean everyone's well.
Yeah,
Tony, is that a D6?
Yeah, bind wounds on yourself. Just roll a d6 and then you get that back, correct?
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, that puts me good. I'm like 3/4 at the point now. I got 6 points back.
Oh, and I'll heal up my hawk.
Yep, you can do that. He's happy.
Just getting that.
And I apologize incredibly to him for being so stupid as to send him into the fire like that.
He squawks at you.
He probably pecks my hand a number of and draws blood, and I'm just like, I don't even scold him for it.
So it's off on the Baron Froupe's castle, huh?
Apparently so.
About 2 hours more travel as you pass the beautiful farm girl that y'all slaughtered. You make it to Baron Froupe's castle. Baron Froupe himself will come out to meet you. And that is the good Baron right there. He seems very happy and stuff. And he says his son, is getting ready for the wedding in a couple days. And well, what about the journey here? Did you come across any bandits or any other trouble at all?
No, it was fine.
Your lordship, as one would expect when traveling, there was difficulties. But we have arrived, all of us, alive, and with the princess unharmed and perfectly at ease. And I believe that that is truly what was important here. And I motion towards the carriage for him to like. Oh no, I guess have we? I mean, the princess is already probably out of the carriage. Like we're meeting with him after or something.
Yeah, this would be after you arrived there at the castle, and
Okay.
everybody was kind of getting situated.
Yeah, so I'll just say what I said. Sorry, just yeah, but the princess has arrived. In a calm state, and that was what was desired.
I mean, Emmett being, from here, he goes to his baron, as it would be, and he says, the woods were dark and dangerous, but we were able to make it through thanks to the gift that you presented to me. And then he pulls the sword that he was loaned, the magical sword, and he hands it back, probably to like the captain of the guard or whoever, present hands to the baron. And then he kind of just bows down and steps away.
Oh, well, thank you. And we have a special guest. One of my sisters come in for the wedding. I don't believe any of y'all, of course, I know, Emmett, you haven't met her because she's lived such far away, but she's come in for the wedding, and she was going to help you get settled in. I want all of you to meet her here. And the door opens, and you see this woman walk in. And she says, well, hello. I am Malevolent Froupe, the sister of the Baron. And you are all traitors. You will be arrested and hung at daylight. Guards, seize them. Desiree, tell me how the story is going to end at this point. Yeah, you didn't expect that. You didn't expect that, did you?
Desiree is gonna cast Slate, and then she's gonna get the fuck out of there.
When you cast your spell,
For a child to think about.
you cast your spell has no effect.
Oh yeah, of course it wouldn't. It's supposed to be how my story ends, Tony.
Yep, you cast a spell and you try to escape. Okay. Emmett, what would you do? How's it going to end for Emmett? As you see these guards all approaching with their halberds and swords.
Yeah, so Emmett sees the guards approach, and one of the guards is someone that he's very, very close with, and he kind of meets eyes with him, and he actually kind of positions himself so he gets picked up by that guard, knowing that hopefully, if the guard has any kingship to him still, that perhaps he'll have a chance to escape later. But he basically surrenders himself.
Emmett, you do that. Guelph, how's the story going to end for Guelph at this point?
He steps towards the princess. Is the princess there?
No, she is not in this room with you.
Oh.
She went on to her own.
Then
Took her to.
Yeah, then he will surrender himself to the Baron and hope that he's far too. I mean, unless the Baron intends to start war, he won't kill Guelph. And if that's his intention, then Guelph is dead and he died doing what he was supposed to do, and that's all he can. That's what he'll be thinking as the guards cut him down or whatever, or as he's hung.
All right.
Or he's bargained back sometime during the war as a much weaker, frailer, older man on the edge of death as he finally walks out of the dungeon.
Kozar the dwarf, how would it end at this point for you?
Thinking back to when he was a young dwarf and finding his first sapphire, and his father and his brother and his cousins and all the people that are around, they told him that this sapphire would have very special property in that it would bring you back home. And he's been fiddling with this little lucky charm. And as soon as he sees things going south, he kind of clicks his heels together and smashes this sapphire on the ground and transports himself back to his native land.
You didn't get the magic words.
He left his home island on an iceberg to go witness the mainland, and if this is it, he's just like whoop,
Nice.
All right, endings one and all, as they
Oh.
may or may not have happened
Yep.
in the real world.
Well, there's a little.
Um,
Well, hey,
Crystal.
Tony, how did it really happen?
Well, I'm going to tell you how it really happened. I'd like to thank Crystal for playing Desiree, a magic user, Daniel for playing Emmett, the halfling, Chris for playing Guelph, our druid, and David playing Kozar the dwarf. And the story is really going to end this way. I have no ending. I'm going to let it end the way all of y'all told me for once. It's a good ending, hopefully. Maybe something was worked out at the end. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that will end the adventure known as the Snow Daughter playing White Box.
Oh,